April 28th, 2022 at 6:56 p.m. A storm system came through the state of Maryland, producing an F5 tornado that tore through the town of La Plata, Maryland. I'm going to tell you how to stay alive in the middle of a tornado in your RV.
When he speaks from the heart and tells it like it is, we call that unscripted. Welcome to Unscripted from Hanging with the Hazes.
Hear that sound? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. When you have a tornado barreling down at you, throwing 150, 200 mile an hour winds, and you're in a motorhome, RV, some type of camping apparatus, if it drops on top of you, chances are you're in deep doo-doo. What do you do when that F5 is on its way? Well, if it's an F5, chances are you do nothing. You bend over and kiss goodbye. But if it's anything less than that, here is what you need to do. Now, that La Plata tornado, they have downgraded to an F4. I do not believe that. It was a mile wide. It was on the ground for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and the Fujita scale is incorrect in that F4. We are going to call that an F5 because literally the town of La Plata saw the finger of God move through. Now, if you are ever in a situation where you are in a motorhome or a camper and this type of situation occurs, there are several things that you can do to keep yourself safe. The first thing you need to do is find out where your emergency shelters are. Most of them are going to be within a bathhouse in the campground or something like that. And you want to make sure that you have a path to get there. And the reason that you keep your eye on the forecast is because you need to get there before that twister hits. So you keep an eye on the forecast. The best way you can keep safe while camping is to do that. And your phone usually will alert you if there is some type of severe weather event. Now, you want to make a habit of monitoring the weather on TV if you possibly can. They typically keep you up to date. If you have access to internet and cell phone reception, as I said, you will get the weather forecast it'll send it right to you as a blast to your phone. Make sure that you have enabled severe weather alerts on your phone. That way you'll get all of those. And also pay attention to the forecast. If they start talking about cells developing over the time that you're camping, pay attention to them. Specifically, keep in mind, if they mention a supercell, then that has the potential of producing a tornado. Now, what is a tornado? Bottom line, it is a violent rotating column of air extending from the hook base of a thunderstorm down to the ground. Now, most of the time it is invisible. You will not see it. What you will see is the debris that it is picking up and throwing. You will also see water droplets if it's rain wrapped. If it is rain wrapped, chances are you will not see the storm itself. You will not see the rotating cloud. You will just see this cloud looking like thing, but you're not going to be able to specifically see where it is unless you are on the other side of the dry line where you can see the tornado turning. Now, I need you to understand this. If you don't pay attention to anything else, I'm telling you, a tornado will destroy. It comes for three reasons. It will lie to you and tell you that it is friendly. It will kill you if you listen to it, and it will destroy everything in its path that it can, because that is its job. It will launch a 2x4 at an excess of 150 miles an hour, and you cannot stop it. Now, if you get an alert and you have time to make it to the shelter, you need to secure your RV. Snatch those slides in, make sure you pull in your awnings, secure anything that could fly and be a projectile on your site, and for God's sake, watch the sky. Stay alert. Now, once you abandon your RV and seek shelter, you want to do that the moment that they issue the warning. Usually, you have about 15 minutes. If that twister is going to kiss your campground, you have 15 minutes from the time they issue that warning to it showing up. for you to get inside, find a space with a thick barrier, and you want concrete walls if you can find that. That is your best. If you cannot get to that, grab a ditch, get under a overpass, anything that will get coverage around you as secure as possible. If the campground has power lines, get away from them. Those are the first things that will come down. And listen, forget the tornado sucking you up in the suck zone. Getting electrocuted with 640 volts plus, yeah, it's even worse. Now, once you get to the storm shelter, do not leave until you hear complete quiet outside. At that point, typically the tornado or the storm system has moved beyond you and you are safe to come out. If you must hunker down in your RV, you get to the most inner space that is going to probably be in between the bedroom and the living room. That's going to give you your most coverage. So if you can get in front of your refrigerator, usually the refrigerator will have something in front of it that gives you 2 or 3 feet from the outside wall. That's going to be your best protection. Get down on the floor, cover your head, and then again, wait till you hear complete silence before you come up and look outside. A lot of times the sun will be shining. A lot of times it will not be. It depends on if another front is behind it that will give you cloud cover to where you cannot see the sun. Nevertheless, that is what you do to survive a tornado. Now, in the event you don't know what it sounds like, if you hear anything that sounds like this, that is your time to get low. It sounds like a freight train coming down on you, and it does not need a track. It makes its own. With that being said, I am going to leave you with saying, please be safe and careful while you're out here on this camping road. Make sure that you know exactly where your shelters are, and be safe while you're out. Stay alert, stay vigilant. Hey, Funky Skunk, I'm gonna go ahead and send it over to you, my man.
Be sure to join us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and you can always catch us on Facebook and YouTube. Hanging with the Hazes.